guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a eye tutorial on this look right here. I went ahead and did this look a few videos ago and you guys were like, wait, you need to film this tutorial. So here it is for you guys. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I try to go really in depth on the eye makeup. I definitely want to start doing more eye tutorials. I feel like we focus a lot on the skin here on my channel with my foundation reviews and all that. So I would love to incorporate some more eye tutorials, just like quick little fun videos where you can learn how to do an eye look and perhaps recreate it for yourself. So if you want to continue watching and see how I created this look right here, then please go ahead and do so. Like always, we're going to be starting off with our Morphe eyeshadow primer, and I'm just going to be applying this all over my lid. I like to do this step and I never miss this step because I like to make sure that the eyeshadow stays on all day and just goes on very smooth, blends easily, and just looks fierce and very pigmented. We're going to be going into the first color, which is the color Nostalgia, which is right there. And we are just going to be applying that color right onto our crease with a very light hand. And that's going to serve as the base for everything else we're going to apply on top. Now this color, I love it so much because I feel like it's the perfect transition color when you're working with pinks. Especially when you're doing a look that's going to be kind of blown out. You just want to make sure that you really get in there and just go to town with it and really blend it out from side to side. And we're just taking it in windshield wiper motions because we really want to blow this color upwards so that it gives us a really blown out effect. I like to keep a good amount of the color centered between here and here. I'm also going to be taking my big fluffy Delium Tools brush, and on this outer edge we're just going to be taking it in circular motions because that's where we really want to diffuse out that look. This is my favorite brush to blend. It blends everything so well. I mean, look at the blend in on this side. The blend is just perfection. So I like to do that same thing over here, really diffuse that out. Once we have that color in right there, we're going to go in with the next color, which is the color Lomo, and we are going to be placing Lomo all over our lid. Well, from here to like a midsection of it, we're going to be taking our MAC 242 brush by MAC. Well, duh, I just said MAC 242 brush. I'm so dumb. And we're going to be just putting that onto our lid. This color is so beautiful. I really haven't played with a color like this, I feel like, ever. I feel like it's like the perfect fun color that a palette could have. Now I do have to say this color does kind of leave a little bit of residue once you take it off, just from experience of when I did this look a few days ago. I really had to go ahead and scrub it off with my makeup wipes and then with my makeup cleaner, but it's all good. It didn't irritate my eye or anything. It just, because it's such a bright, intense color, it kind of leaves some of that color on your lid. We're kind of going over our crease a little bit because we do want this look to stand out. I feel like whenever I go like in my crease fold, you can't really see that color, it just folds over. So I always like to make sure I go a little bit overboard for my crease folds just so that the color can be there. And then we're going to just take it out a little bit on this edge. And then before we move on to the next color, I'm going to go ahead and use some MAC Fix Plus because I want to give it some added intensity. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it. I'm using MAC Fix Plus in Gold Light because it does have that shimmer. So I feel like it kind of adds like that extra. You don't want to go in with too much of this. You just want to do like one little spritz because you don't want it to get too intense. And then I kind of just like to pat it in there. And then I go back and it just gives me the prettiest eye. And then to kind of activate that extra like shimmer that this color can have with your MAC Fix Plus, I kind of like to just pat and pat and pat. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go back in with a brush that we use, the color Nostalgia, and we're going to go right back in there, and I'm going to start to kind of do a little bit of that on this outer edge just to kind of create a base for the next color we're about to put in. It doesn't look really pigmented on this outer edge right now, because it is such a light color, but I feel like it just sets a good point for what we're gonna do next. Now, I do have to say, when I was first doing this look, like when I first tried it out, I didn't know what I was doing at all. So I was like, let me try this color. And then I was scared to go into the next color that we're gonna go in with because I thought it would be too close to the color Lomo. So I was like, oh my God, but it actually turned out perfect. It gave it a really nice gradual effect from this shimmer to like the matte shade that we're about to go in with next. So I really was pleased with it. I'm gonna be taking the shade Misbehave, and we're going to be just keeping that on this outer edge and setting it, and I'm just patting it on there. So we're only going to be using those 3 colors on the lid: Lomo, Nostalgia, and Misbehave, and that's it. It actually didn't take me that long to do, which is something else that I appreciated. This is where we can be messy because we are going to go back in with our blender and blend everything out, so don't feel like you need to be so precise. Now we're going to be taking our other Delium Tools brush. This is the round blender, and I like to use this to pack on color. So whenever I'm really going to town with a color, I like to go in and just do the damn thing. I'm going to be taking it a little bit on this outer crease, just a little tiny bit. I'm going to be going back in with my big fluffy blender and start to blend everything together. Pretty much everything you do with this look just revolves around really making sure that the blend is very nice, and you just diffuse everything together because you just want the colors to work very seamlessly together with one another and almost like they're supposed to be one. So I'm just blending that out, circular motions. Then I'm going to be taking this smaller brush. This is by Morphe. This is my M506, and I'm going to be using Misbehave once again, and I'm just going to kind of go on this outer edge and slowly bring that darkness a little bit into the midsection of my crease. Not too far in, just enough for you to get a little taste of that color on this middle portion. I think I want to go back in with this fat one and add a little bit more intensity. I want that intensity to be like next level. Whenever I do looks like this, I really like to first do my eyeshadow because I'm able to just be really messy so that once I go in foundation, I can just go ahead and clean everything up and just make it super snatched. I feel like when I have foundation on already, it makes it a little bit harder because I have to be careful with the foundation and the placement and all that. But when you don't really have to worry about that, it's so good because you can just kind of drag the color out to wherever you want it and then just worry about everything else as you go and, you know, start to put the face together. So I would always recommend, especially when you're doing a look that has a lot of color, I would say first do your eyes and then do your foundation. But if you're doing something that just requires the neutrals, the warm tones, just something that you know what you're going for, then if you want, you can do the foundation first. But I feel like when you kind of don't know what you're doing exactly, I would recommend first doing the eye look and then everything else. Going in again with the color Lomo because I really want to intensify this. Okay, so now we're done with the shadows and we're going to move on to our eyeliner. So I'm going to be using my Sigma gel liner in the color Wicked, and I'm going to be using my Sigma E65 brush to do this wing liner. Not wing liner, what am I saying? To do liner. Now I do have to say, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this eye look, I wanted to do a wing at first, and then I was like, no, keep this super classic and simple and keep the focus right on the eyeshadow and the colors because that's what people are going to gravitate to first. If you do the wing and all that, it's just going to be way too much and it's just going to get like overdone. So I just wanted to keep this super simple and classic, and I feel like me just doing that really gave the eye look the attention that was needed because these colors are stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this nice liner. And I always like to do liner, especially when I'm working with lashes, because I like for my lashes to almost look like they're mine and for you not to see any of that skin. A little bit quiet here. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do this perfect liner. Okay, now I'm going to go into the waterline up here and just coat that with eyeliner because I do not like any skin showing. I don't know why, but like the skin on my eyes really shows if I don't do this, so I just always like to cover it. I'm going to be taking my Monsieur Big mascara by Lancome, and I'm just going to be coating these lashes so that there's no separation when we put on our falsies. So for falsies, we're going to be using these by Violet Voss. They're called I Want It That Way. I feel like they really just give you like this good gradual effect where you can see so much of the eyeshadow, but the lash is still like dramatic and like has this nice flare. So like always, I like to let the lash get tacky for a little bit, just so that when you're applying it, it's not so wet that it gets like slippery and slides and gets all messed up. That's the last thing you want. So I like to just let this get tacky. I give it a few seconds, and while I do that, usually I like listen to a song or I'm watching like a YouTube video and just kind of distracted. But if you don't give it some time to get tacky, I promise you this will not go on perfectly. And then what I like to do is take a small little mirror. I'm just using my Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Fuego highlight, and I'm using this mirror right here, and that's what I'm gonna do to really get in there, because I feel like the big mirror for me doesn't help. It kind of is a little too big, so I like to really get up close and kind of figure out where it's gonna go. So I always stick to these little guys. I swear having a little mirror and then the tweezers to apply it is like heaven for me. I personally cannot apply them with my fingers. I don't know if it's because of my nails. I just have never like gotten the hang of that. So I always have my tweezers in hand with me because these are my best friend when it comes to applying the lashes. First, I like to apply the middle. Like that. Once you secure the middle in place, then I can go in with the outer edge. And once I get that outer edge, I can go in with this inner corner. Okay, so now we have the lashes in place, and now that the lash is in place, everything is good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on my skin because the skin I feel like once the foundation's on and everything just starts to come together so beautifully. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation off camera because I really want this to be focused on the eyes and the lip. So I'll be right back, but I'll be sure to include all the information of what I used on my face down below in the description box because I know you guys are always curious about foundation and all that. So I'm gonna have that all linked down below. Okay, so I went ahead and finished off my face. I do want to give you guys a quick update because I just recently did my dupe video for the La Mer foundation with the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. And a lot of you guys were wondering about the shades because I did first use one shade and then I went in with a different shade and you guys were like, wait, if I use this shade, why are you talking about this shade now? So I did purchase the next shade up because I felt like that one was too light for me. And I do have DW2. I think I said it was DW3. I'm so sorry, but it is DW2 and this shade is perfect. It fits my skin right now perfectly, and this is definitely the one that I would recommend if you guys are looking for a shade that will suit you guys and you guys are near my complexion. I'm obsessed with this foundation. Like, now we can move on to the rest of the eye makeup and the lips, which isn't actually that much if you really think about it. But in case you guys are wondering about blush, highlight, I will have all that information down below in the description box. So I didn't really do that much. I just did foundation, concealer, highlight, and blush. So it was just very quick stuff. So I was looking at the pictures that I took of that look, and I was looking back at the video where I had that makeup on and I didn't have anything on my lower lash line. You guys know I live for a lower lash line moment, but I just wanted to keep it really centered on the eyes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do mascara because that's what I did for that look, and I think it really keeps the eyes super clean and just like bam, you know? So I'm gonna be taking some mascara right here, same mascara that we used. Coating these lashes, really going to town with them because I just want to make sure that it really gives you that drama down there. Because even though we're not doing color down there, I still want those lower lashes to have some life, and I still want the look to be like bam. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with some matte shades and some shimmer, and we're going to be doing our brow bone highlight. I always like to do this, especially when I'm doing a fun look like this, because I always like to give it like a nice reflection up there. So I'm gonna be taking first a color in a wink right there. See how like it just gives it that like good life? And I don't normally do this because I'm not a big fan of a shimmer brow bone highlight, but I'm going to be taking the color Lucido. This color is so beautiful. Like you can even use this as a highlight for your cheekbones, which I didn't use today, but it's stunning. It should be a highlighter. And I'm going to just pop that up here. You don't want to be too intense with it, but you just want to give it a little poppy pop. So you get a cool little reflection, and then we're gonna take the same thing on this side. Do you see that glow? It's like perfection. I don't typically like to go in, like I just mentioned, with shimmer highlight, but I feel like because the eye is like so bright and beautiful and it's just such a pop of color, I feel like this is perfect for the springtime. It deserves a little moment, especially since we're not doing anything on our lower lash line or on our in our tear duct. I feel like this is perfection. So that concludes the eye portion of this video, which, I mean, stunning. Like, I am in love. And now we're gonna move on to the lips. So I wanted to keep this look very, very like monochromatic in a way. Like I wanted to really keep everything in unison. So I stuck to this collection, and for that look I had on, I was wearing the Iluvsarahii Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the color Dulcet. I didn't wear this in the review / tutorial that I did for the collection, but I have been wearing this a lot. I feel like when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's another warm terracotta like I mentioned in that video, but it's actually a very fun color, perfect for springtime. So let's go ahead and pop this on so you guys can see. I'm wearing some chapstick. These lip products tend to be a little too drying for me, especially right now that it is winter time. I need something that will hydrate them, so I like to apply a chapstick before I apply the matte liquid lips. So first the chapstick and now this, and your lips will be guaranteed to stay super hydrated through the day. Okay, so this completes this eye makeup tutorial with the lip. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. A lot of you guys wanted to see a review on this look that I created a few days back, and I was like, I love this look so much, so of course I'm going to recreate it. I just have been legit, I'm not even joking, obsessed with the Through My Eyes palette by Iluvsarahii and Colourpop. They did such an amazing job. This palette is literally like my baby right now. You'll probably see more looks when I film reviews of foundations, so if there's any look that you see in these next few weeks that you're like, oh my gosh, I want to see that tutorial, please let me know and I will definitely film it. You'll probably see this in my favorites, to be honest, hint hint, for January, because I mean, I just have not put this down, and I'll probably be definitely using this a lot this year. I am living for this look. Fun fact, right now it is currently 10:45 p.m. at night. It's snowing super hard here in Maryland. I think we're like in the middle of a winter storm. I think her name is Gia. And I mean, I live for this. This is homebody weather, so I'm cool. I'm home filming, doing what I gotta do. I don't mind the snow. Looks so pretty too right now, but it's literally nighttime, so I have nowhere to go, nowhere to be with this look, but I'll probably just enjoy a cup of coffee, start editing, and live my best life. So that works for me, but I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video and it was helpful. And if you guys do recreate this eye tutorial, please go ahead and send me your pictures, whether it's on Instagram. My Instagram is The Mexican Beauty, or if you have a Snapchat, send it to me through there, Mexican Beauty with 3 Ys. But if you guys did enjoy watching this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing these types of videos. I love doing tutorials. They're so fun and therapeutic for me. I just love teaching you guys and kind of like showing you what I can create. But yeah, go ahead and like this video and more will be coming your way. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe down below. I would love for you to become a member of family here on YouTube because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my fun videos for the world, because I just bring you guys some really good videos and I'm very consistent, so that's always a plus. And is there anything else I want to say? Oh, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a new video, because YouTube can be hella shady and I just don't want you guys to come back to my channel and be like, wait, she uploaded all these videos and I missed them. It's because you didn't have your notification bell on, so put that on. And that being said, I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.